Good afternoon. Before we start, I'd like you to see these two little Arabs. Gigi will insist on grooming. No, don't. Oh, God, how disgusting is that? He's licking inside his mouth. Oh, I think that's enough of that. Thank you very much, Gigi. That's enough. I don't think Buster's very appreciative of you trying to groom him. But never mind, anyway. Oh, I need my scissors before we start. Oh, it's so good when you're prepared, isn't it? God, I can't even say prepared now. When you're prepared for what you're going to show. Oh, the loveliness of me not editing. And I don't think you can see me. I think I'm over here somewhere now. Oh, I told you before, I'm going to put marks on this carpet so that I know where I've got to put my tripod. Right, anyway, start again. Good afternoon. Right, what am I doing today? Works in progress. Still not much more progress done on the cardigan that I'm making. It's grown a bit, In case you weren't watching my other video, then that's the pattern that I'm using. What I'm wearing today is a very good example of why you shouldn't put your woolies in the washing machine. It did fit a lot better before it went into the washing machine. I'm hoping that if I wash it by hand and stretch it out a bit and block it out a bit, it will come back where it's supposed to be. But it's a little bit on the small side now because, well, I haven't been well, as you know, so I've just been tending to bung things in the washing machine. Right, I think I'd confused everybody last week when I said I was going to... Oh, that's me yarn. Peyton's Morocco. Yeah, Morocco that I'm using for the cream and yellow one. When I showed a ball of wool of the red heart, I did have two balls, by the way. I confused Sharon because I think she thought I was going to... She wondered how I was going to make a jacket, you know, with just one ball. Right, this is by... It's a video. It's by Oona. That's O-O-N-A. She's done a lot of videos. She has got a heavy accent, but you can understand her. If you're one of these who needs every row, then it isn't the pattern for you, because she just gives you a general idea of how Buster's getting down. He's going to... Oh no, he's not. He's got down, Gigi's got down, and they're both trying to get into the dog bed together now. She just gives you a general idea. So you can kind of make it for all sizes, including children, just by adjusting it. But because I was making it for myself, I had a little bit of trouble deciding where, you know, the armholes should be. They look a bit short, but then of course I haven't washed it or blocked it, so it will stretch an awful lot. And I must say, I know what you mean about crocheting with red heart. It doesn't half feel scratchy. And it's so much thicker. I know now why, when I do red heart patterns in double knitting, why they come out floppier and smaller. Because your yarn is absolutely so much thicker. It's almost like our Aran. But anyway, if you want to attempt it, I mean, she just says space your increases like equally 8 times around each row. And then she doesn't tell you when to stop, she just tells you to go until it fits you, you know. And then you've kind of got to guess where your armholes are going, you know, because you have to divide it up. And I'm not much good at maths, but I did manage it in the end. And then you're supposed to increase again, you know, as you're going down. But what I've done is I've gone on a larger hook because I did find it a bit tight. I'm a loose crocheter, but this is on a 6mm at the top. And it does seem very tight, so I've gone on a 6.5mm for the bottom bit. Anyway, hopefully by the time it's washed and pressed, it will fit yours truly. See, there's the other one I made for myself, you know, didn't fit. Right, what else have I been doing? Oh, I'm still having me, still using my mug Z. Z sent me this mug from Los Angeles. Very good, but very hot. Right, I got my buttons that came from Hong Kong, but I didn't realise I was buying saucers. Very nice, lovely, but saucers. I am no good at millimetres, I don't get them in my head. Now you see, these would have been lovely for that cowl I put different buttons on. but they are too big anyway, so I'm not going to change them again. I'm leaving it with the mother of pearl. They've all gone off with Janico to get photographed. I've got the other stuff back, but I've just been lazy. I haven't put it on Etsy yet. There we go, another one there. And what have I got? Oh, I've got 2 brooches that came from when I ordered them before. I mean, they do take forever and a day to come from Hong Kong, but the prices are so great, you know. One of them was open, I think. Yeah, one of them was open. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, for the money that they cost me, I can afford to add one, you know, onto the little multicoloured wrap things I'm making. You know, I just add an extra little bit on to cover the cost of the brooch. And that's the other one. That's still wrapped up. And then I treated myself to some new crochet stitch markers because I was so fed up with those plastic things that just snap. I have actually ordered some, what was it called? The crochet dude ones, but they haven't arrived yet. They just wrap around. But the ones like a safety pin, I just snap them in half. I don't know what I do with them. But these are the ones I've got. I don't know if you can see. Oh no, oops. Come in a little organdy bag. I just wish they would have a little bit bigger of the, what do they call them, these clasps? Got a certain name, haven't they, these clasps? It'll come to me in a minute. You know, I'd like them with bigger clasps so they don't get stuck in my crochet. In fact, the other day I resorted to using one of Ian's old nappy pins. I'm so old, our Ian used to have cloth diapers, as you would call them. And they're like a pin with a top that clips down so the wool doesn't get fast inside it. Right, what else have I got? Ta-da-da! Just arrived. Now this brings me around to another subject I was talking about. I've put a link on my Urban Gypsy Facebook page. A lady had done a very good article about when you're ordering online, about how you never quite know what colour you're getting. And she just printed up like 3 examples from 3 different sites of a certain colour in Rowan. And they were all completely different colours. And she was saying, like, you know, how do you know what colour it's going to turn out to be? Unless you actually go and purchase it, which I can't do, because we don't have a decent wool shop. I mean, I went into town and I didn't get anything, because the only one we've got is avocado. And that one you have to go quite a way up the road for, which I wasn't prepared to do because I didn't want anything that desperate. But it's mainly a fabric shop. It's a great shop if you want any fabrics and bits and pieces and stuff. But their choice of wool is quite limited, so we'll see what we've got. Now you see, that is a shock to me. I thought I was ordering lilac. Now it is a sort of a lilac-ish. But it's a lot duller than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a baby lilac, you know, pastel lilac. Because my idea was I'm stocking up. It's that silky yarn that I used for the cardigan that I've just posted to the US. I liked it so much that I decided I'd get a couple, well, 3 more colours in it because it works so lovely. But they're not quite as nice. That is what I call a dirty lemon. I don't mean it's filthy, I mean it's just dull. I like my lemons to be crisp and, you know, like a dip up a bit, you know. That to me looks like a bit of a dirty yellow. So I've got 2 packs of this cream, which is quite a lemony cream, but I like that. I got 2 packs of that because that's a very useful colour for making summer wear things. These are not for me, by the way, if you're thinking I'm adding to my stash. That's the only thing with ice, is they come in bags that rip apart. So you have to put them into another bag. And then I also bought another pack of the pink that I just used on that cardigan I sent in order. Because it is absolutely so lovely. I just decided I wanted some more of it. Well, I don't know. What else? Oh, I've been invited to go to an Etsy Oh, I don't know what it is. It's in Manchester. And of course it's meet and greet and talk to people who belong to Etsy. And I do have a few queries and questions that I'd like to put to somebody human. Whether it'll get me anywhere, I really don't know. But they do have a few policies on Etsy that I don't like. You know, for example, it used to be handcrafted and handmade and everything like that. And now they're sort of letting anything creep in, you know. I'm not being awful, but sounds like I'm being racist when I say from Hong Kong, but I buy from Hong Kong. But there's horses for courses, and to me I think Etsy should be handcrafted and handmade, and that's what it was intended to be, wasn't it? Or even, I don't mind the vintage stuff going on there, but I don't like, you know, having to plough through pages and pages of cheapo things from Hong Kong when to me that's eBay. If you want something like that, great, because I love it and I go through it and I plough through pages and pages of cheapo brooches, cheapo buttons and that, which I love from Hong Kong. But to me, I thought Etsy was a little bit a class above, you know. Well, apparently it's not anymore. Anyway, I might go down. It's in Manchester on the 28th of February. So I don't know quite what it's going to be, but I might make the effort and get down there. And Gigi's going to bark for some strange reason. I still got my froggy throat. Gigi, it's only Jay. He lives across the road, Jay. It's only Jay, and he's going in his own house, so you don't have to bark. Oops. I nearly had coffee all over there. I am such a klutz. Anyway, thank you all for your responses, you know, about whether, you know, we come on when we've got nothing to really show you, you know. It's very nice that you all think I'm interested enough, although I don't think I'm interested enough to listen to me and chat to me, you know, when I've not got much to show. My life's quite boring, really. I don't get out much, I don't do much. I seem to find out things, but that's through, you know, because I seem to spend half my life on the internet. One day I'm hoping Santa Claus might bring me a laptop or a tablet or something so I can actually sit and be human and sit and crochet in my nice chair that reclines. Not this one, this is the poof. Don't know what you call them in America, but these are poofs. P-O-U-F-F-E. Poofy or poof. They're like a footstool or whatever, or a little emergency chair. But if I sit the other direction, I've got the glare of the window behind me, and I get told off by that. Oh, my hair looks a bit of a strange colour actually. We were in Manchester and I thought, I'm going to get this, a touch of silver shampoo. And it's supposed to take the yellow out of your hair, you know, if you do your hair. Because when you dye your hair, it tends to go up yellowy over time. So I seem to have finished up with some kind of a weird shade. It's got glints of lilac in it. When I put it in, I was in the shower when I put it in my hand, it was like purple. And I thought, am I doing the right thing putting this on my hair? And I thought, oh well, anything goes, you know. We'll have a go, you know, I'm not proud. If I finish up with purple hair, or I look like Marge off The Simpsons, I don't care, you know. So it took all the yellow out of it. I don't know whether it's looking on the camera, but on the camera it was looking very yellowy. It wasn't in real life, but it was just on camera it was. So anyway, I think that's about it now. It's my brother's birthday on Sunday. I think they're going out for a meal, but only if he feels like he hasn't been one. I'm not going with them because they've got enough of them already. There's my niece and her husband and their 2 children, and then my other niece and her husband, and then my sister-in-law and my brother. There's enough of them without me tagging along. I make it awkward for them anyway because it takes me, somebody has to pick me up, somebody has to bring me back, you know, which generally means nobody can have a drink and things like that. So it's a celebration, so I'm not bothered, I'll stay home. I've given my niece's card, and she's bought a book for me to give to him because he's a great reader. He loves his books. I'm still ploughing my way through one book I've had for ages. Still not read it. I got this book. Whoops. Oh, my hands are not working today. I got this book which I love. It's Advanced Style by Ari Seth Cohen. But the reason why I love it is it's all pictures. Yeah, all pictures of these stylish ladies, you know, in New York of advanced years. And I've even got the DVD of it as well. I've bought the DVD, which is very interesting. I loved watching it. So did Sue. I showed it to Sue, the enabler, and she loved it too. It's nice to think that fashion is not just for the young. I mean, they inspired me, not that I can afford new clothes or anything, but they inspired me to think more about what I was actually putting on in the morning and try to coordinate myself a little bit more. And, you know, I got loads of, I'm not proud, second-hand jewellery from Etsy. I love jewellery, but I'm not paying like £10 or something for something I might wear with one outfit, yeah. So I bought this one, which is Julia Twig, which is Fashion and Age. But sad to say, I've had about 3 attempts, but it's all little writing. There's not a picture inside. You know, I'm a very what's it reader these days. I'd have to get my binoculars out probably to read it anyway, or my magnifying glass. But I don't mind a good romping romance, you know. We're not talking 50 Shades of Grey here. I do not agree with that at all. If you've been in a relationship that's been a bit iffy in the past, you know what I'm talking about, girls. And I don't like to glorify anything that has the remotest hint of, you know, domestic violence or violent sex, whatever. If it floats anybody's boats, I'm not going to criticise, but I just don't want to watch it and I just don't want to read it. So I think that's me. Oh, I got some nice smelly candles while I was out. Spent a terrific amount because we were in the pound shop. I suppose it's like your Dollar Tree in the US, isn't it? You know, everything's a pound. I mean, I went in once with Mel, will tell you this, Mel Hall, when I met her in Manchester, and I went in and I said, why does nothing have a price on? And she went, duh, it's a pound shop. Everything's a pound now. Oh, right. Hello, I'm not on the same planet sometimes, you know. Sorry about this, but I've got a raging thirst. I've had it for the last 2 days. I've got a bit of a frog in my throat that I can't get rid of. I've been coughing and spluttering and it just comes on me. I think it feels more like an allergy than a cold. Because I've had it now, I say about 3 weeks, it's just coming to a head now. But I'm a bit dubious. I had little nodules on my throat when I worked at the job centre years back. And they were teeny weeny little things, they're like little grains of sand. But apparently they irritate, you know, your voice box. And that's what makes you cough, so I'm just praying I haven't got that again. Because you have to go in and have them took off and that, it's not pleasant. So, anyway, Buster's now in his bed. Gigi's asleep on my chair, which I'm going to oust him from in a minute because I want to settle down and do some crochet because I've not really done anything. My day goes by in a whirl. When I get to the evening I think, what have I done? And yet I seem to have been doing something all day long, and yet I've got nothing to show for it at the end of the day. My dad used to say I had a butterfly brain, and I think that's what it is. I don't do a job from start to finish. I butterfly around the house, yeah. I start doing something, then I spot something else, I think, oh, that needs to go over there, yeah. So I take that over there, meanwhile I've forgotten what was over here for. And then I'll find something else and I think, oh, that needs to go upstairs. So you put it on the bottom of the stairs, don't you, to save yourself a journey, you know. And then from the bottom of the stairs I'll gravitate and I'll finish up in the kitchen, and then I'll wash half of the dishes, and then something distracts me, and then I go and do something else, and then I go back in. Of course the water's stone cold by the time I go back in again, so I have to put some more hot water in some more dishwashing stuff, and that's how I do, that's how my day. If I'd sit and or stand and do one job from start to finish, I'm sure I'd achieve a lot more. So sorry Margaret, I'm a dismal failure at this do one extra job a day business, because I'm not even doing the jobs I'm supposed to be doing in a day. They sort of get done eventually, but by the time they get done eventually, they kind of need doing it again, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to settle down with my cardigan from Una. I had to start it, I don't know why it was. I don't normally have two things on the go at once, but I just had to start it. I think I was getting a bit cheesed off with that other one I'm doing. But I will do it. I don't like having... I can't deal with works in progress. And I know you ladies do. You ladies love it. You're pulling out bag after bag after bag. I can't do it. If I put things down for too long, they don't ever get finished. I mean, I've got a work in progress from like 3 Christmases ago. I made my niece one jacket and I thought I'd make myself one. It's very, very thick wool with a bit of a bobble on it. And very, very huge needles. And I did the back and the front of mine. I even stitched it together and even put the buttons on it. And it's been minus 2 sleeves now for 3 years. And then of course there's my niece's red cardigan, which is going to get unravelled. I'm going to start again. I have absolutely no inspiration to go back and start it again. The pattern stitched, no, just, it makes me go, and if anything makes me go tense when I'm doing anything, it irritates me. I have to stop doing it. At one time I would be, I'm not going to let it beat me. I'm going to carry on with this darn stitch, you know, and I'll do it. But now I just think, yeah, forget it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because my battery will go in a minute because I didn't charge it up. So I'd better charge it up again just in case Sue's coming on Monday or one day next week. I don't know what. She said she might. Anyway, I shall say have a nice weekend, everybody, and bye from me. Oh, and Buster. And Gigi, of course. If you want a farewell from Buster before we go, there he is. There he is, my little puppet. And the other one is there. There's my Gigi. Well, he's not mine, is he? But there's Gigi. So, goodbye, everybody.